Hello, welcome back to At Home with Dia. If you're new here, I'm Dia, an interior designer and home stylist. And on this channel, I share practical tips and decorating ideas to help you create a home that's both beautiful and functional. Today, I'm taking you on a mini getaway / shopping spree. I recently took another trip to Mountain View, Arkansas, one of my favorite places to relax and also to source some unique handcrafted items from very talented local artisans. I always enjoy introducing handcrafted and unique items into my home for a more curated style. That way, I can add character to the space. This specific location is full of charm and creativity, so I never miss a chance to visit some key shops to see what I can find to add to my collection. So let me show you what I found in these stores, and then we'll come back to my home and I will share what I bought and how I plan to style them. Here we are again. This never gets old. So calm, peaceful. Everything looks so beautiful, even on a rainy day. The next day, the sun was out, and we set off to explore the surrounding area, taking in the lush green landscape and sights. After a nice lunch at a local restaurant, we took a stroll down Main Street Mountain View, admiring the charming architecture and quaint shops. My first stop was Urban Forge, an amazing store specializing in unique ironwork, but they also feature several artisans and a variety of handcrafted items in their store. This time around, I noticed that they had a variety of barware, wood and leather goods, natural simple syrup, gourmet olive oil, and balsamic vinegar, to name a few. And of course, their pottery and forged iron pieces are outstanding. My next stop was the Arkansas Craft Guild Gallery, which is just down the street. What impressed me the most was the pottery, the variety of wood pieces, and hand-blown glass. I hope you enjoyed it coming along with me. Mountain View is a down-to-earth, warm location, and the pieces I found are truly unique. Now that I'm back at home, I'm excited to show you what I bought, and later on I will show you some ideas of how I plan to style them. So when I went into Urban Forge, I went specifically looking for one of my favorite potters. I had bought pieces from this potter. His name is Logan Hunter. And I wanted to see if I could find some other items from the same potter to add to my collection. And of course, this trip did not disappoint. First off, I got this beautiful handcrafted vase. Let me come forward a little bit so you can see. It has this beautiful kind of design at the top. It looks like little arrows all around, or like a braid. And then it has a rough texture and a glaze. He uses a unique firing process where he throws ash into the kiln as he's firing it. So you get these beautiful variations in color. This one has a little bit more of a sheen look, and as you can see, it's very irregular, which gives it so much character and truly makes it one of a kind. But as you know, I do love decorating with multiple vases. So when I spotted a slightly taller vase in the same color family, I couldn't resist picking it up. Let me put this one down so I don't drop it. This one is from the same potter. It has the same kind of braiding on the top and the same rough texture going all around, but it's not as shiny. And again, the color looks a little bit more uniform, but still has a lot of variation in certain spots. Inside, you can tell. Let me see if I can show you this. Inside, you can tell that this is handmade. It's not mass produced, and it has his stamp at the bottom. This particular piece was $125, which is, it could be considered a little bit pricey for a vase, but not for a unique piece like this that is one of a kind. The other piece, let me try and pick them both up so you can see, so you can compare them. See, this one is a little bit shinier, chunkier, shorter, and this one's taller. I can style them together or on their own. I will show you a clip on how I style these in my home. The lower vase reminds me of those antique olive jars so many YouTube creators rave about. But this one is even more interesting and truly one of a kind. I paired it with the other taller vase and a bowl from the same potter that I already owned, grouping them in a simple trio arrangement on my dining table. Simple yet elegant. I love using odd number groupings for balance, and in this case, the mix of heights adds visual interest without feeling cluttered. I kept the floral arrangement very minimal, just enough to soften the look, so the vase's unique coloration remains the focal point. Next up was, again, in Urban Forge. I came across a potter that I'd never seen before. It seems like she's newly featured in the store. I was instantly drawn to this particular piece. The lines, the shape. It is a coffee jar. You could use it for other things too. And the potter's name is May. I just love the color variation. It's more on the cooler tones, but it's beautiful. You know, it has a food safe glaze, and this is a piece that you can hand down to your children. It's so unique and pretty. But I normally like to pair things when I'm styling. I normally like to pair things not exactly matchy-matchy, but things that have a little bit of a similar vibe to complement each other. So let me show you. I couldn't find a piece in the actual Urban Forge store, but I went down the street to the I went down the street to the Arkansas Craft Gallery, and I found this piece. Let me put this one down for a minute and I'll show you. This little dish has a beautiful variation of colors. It's not as gray blue as the other one. It's more on the blue, subtle yellow, and some taupe, and has this interesting design of a leaf. Normally what they do is when the pottery is still soft, they do an imprint with a leaf that creates this pattern. As I said, they're not matchy-matchy, but together they would look beautiful. So let me show you how I plan to style these. The interesting shaped lidded jar and complementary bowl are such versatile pieces. I can easily see them styled together on a console table, separately across different shelves, or even used functionally for serving. Also from Urban Forge, seems I do a lot of shopping from that store, I came across another company that I hadn't seen there before. They're called Craves Co. I will put the name on the screen. I picked up this ceramic charcuterie board. You can see it's red clay and it has a nice variation in the glaze. I just love the organic shape of it. It could be used as a charcuterie board, but it also could be used to display smaller items. So this particular piece was $49. Again, the company is Craves Co. And I will show you a couple of ideas of how I style this. The charcuterie board is a perfect example of form meeting function. When I'm not using it for entertaining, I layer it with other cutting boards against my backsplash for depth and texture in the kitchen. It also works beautifully as a base for smaller items, creating an intentional, effortless styling moment on the counter. Lastly, you know me, I love candles. So whenever I go into a store, I can never resist going through and smelling all the candles and possibly bringing one home. Especially if it's a clean candle, no toxins made of beeswax or soy. So when I was in Urban Forge, I picked up this candle. It is called Mirror Lake. It has tones of wood, spice, turmeric, and saffron. It's 100% soy wax and essential oils. and it's hand poured in Northwest Arkansas. I love the container as well. This would be beautiful during Christmas, or if you have a home that has a lot of green accents like mine, this would also be beautiful. It's a statement candle, and it smells amazing, of course. It reminds me of Arkansas. There's a bit of a musky, smoky smell to it, yet a subtle kind of sweetness to it. That's exactly how Mountain View, Arkansas smells in the late evening. So let me show you how I style this. I know you can't buy these exact items, but I hope that if you're someone who loves decorating with things that have a story, those handcrafted items that bring character to a space, I hope you found plenty of inspiration in this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you never miss future videos with inspiring decorating ideas and designer tips. Thank you for watching. See you next time.